Hello and welcome to Eternal in 5. I'm aReNGee, and today we're going to be taking a break from our usual spoiler reviews to do something a little different. I used to do a lot of deck techs in the past, and it's something that I'm interested in doing once the Flame of Zolta releases and we have a whole bunch of cool decks to overview, so I've decided to do one now just to get a little practice in and see how it fits into the Eternal in 5 round clock, as it were. The deck that we're going to be talking about today is a deck that I've been playing a lot of over the last week, which is my own personal version of the Glimpse of the Possibilities combo deck. Uh, Decklist on the screen, it's a little bit different from what you may be used to seeing if you were uh, paying close attention during the 2 weeks when Glimpse was close to playable. Rather than playing a more traditional Praxis list, I've decided to include a lot more primal cards in order to make use of a new promo that's come out I think about a month and a half ago, called Garden of Omens, that reduces the cost of all your spells and also gives you access to reread, which lets you do some more interesting combos. Reread a card, of course, that puts a spell on top of your deck, which works really well with Glimpse the Possibilities Warp. Um, Speaking a little more in depth about the deck, the key cards of the deck are, of course, Glimpse of the Possibilities. As this is a combo deck, the combo cards are going to be the key cards there. Glimpse of the Possibilities is great in that you can just play everything off the top, but since cards aren't free, you need some way to reduce their costs, and that's where Workshop Forge comes in, which only reduces warp cards, but since Glimpse of the Possibilities gives everything, including Power Warp, well, you can just keep playing anything that costs 2 or less for free off the top. Garden of Omens, as mentioned before, is another key card in the deck, as it further reduces the cost of spells, which means anything that costs 3 doesn't bleed away at your power, and importantly gives you access to Ice Bolt for defense against large units, which is important because you can't actually include Ice Bolt all that effectively in your main deck, as anything that requires a target is a potential miss during a Glimpse the Possibilities turn, and you want to reduce those as much as possible. So, speaking now of the general game plan, of course, you're primarily focused on assembling the combo, which is either Glimpse plus Workshop Forge is the traditional combo, Glimpse plus Garden of Omens, which is the newer, not as good version, or hopefully all 3 cards together, which gives you the best possibility of going off. Workshop Forge and Garden provide the power to warp the cards. Your opponent is killed when you just string your 1 and 3 cost burn at their face over the course of a long Glimpse turn, or you just set yourself so far ahead on cards and board that the opponent is unable to come back. And finally, you need some way to actually remove the excess power during your Glimpse turn, and that's where the Blurry Chaser and Pack Beast comes in, with Blurry Chaser being a repeatable scout effect to put cards in the bottom, and Pack Beast giving you an additional power play in order to get those out of the way. Now, speaking of the weaknesses, there's a lot, unfortunately. Obviously, we are a very combo deck, very reliant on a single card, so Royal Decree can really ruin our day if we had made the mistake of drawing Glimpse in our opening hand, or at any point. And we are also a deck that relies on a relic, which means the Pride Leader can also really ruin our day, or any other enemy relic destruction. Oops. Display of Instinct, with its ability to negate a spell, can also cause us problems. And then we have the true killer of the Glimpse combo deck, which is 2 power in a row on top of your deck. This is something that Glimpse cannot beat without the aforementioned Pack Beast or Blurry Chaser, and something that has ended many a combo turn. But wait, there's more. The turn clock itself doesn't stick around to let you do all of your endless warping and stuff, so that's something you also need to keep in mind. You need to play your actual combo turns extremely fast, and assuming you get a good one, you're usually going to get boxed out by the turn clock before you can finish the game. And, even more excitingly, if a card changes zone, well, it loses warp. Cards don't gain warp until the end of turn, so a lot of the cards that could make these combos more consistent, you can't actually play. Closing thoughts. There is another version of this deck that plays Tactics in order to reduce the amount of power in your deck on the combo turn, and uses regular merchants to up the consistency. However, non-deterministic combos in general, anything that doesn't automatically win you the game when you play it, isn't really recommended for serious play. And I clicked one too many times. So even if there is a more consistent build of the deck, I picked the one that was generally more effective against ladder, in my opinion. But it's very difficult to build this deck in such a way that you have a backup plan that you can win when the combo doesn't go off and the combo itself isn't that good. So, play at your own risk, but I will say it is a whole lot of fun to play.